What's going on, guys? Your boy XQ420 here. Welcome y'all back. Another episode of Day Zero. It is day 223. We've got the entire crew with us. The immaculate one, the powerful one, the spiritual one, me, the one. Guys, on this Super Bowl Sunday, are y'all doing well?
Oh, is the Super Bowl on?
The Superb Bowl.
Seahawks gonna win for sure.
I'm voting.
I want to see the anti-Semitism commercial.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
What is it?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I want to see Bob
The
Kraft
ADL?
lose. It's Robert
Is it-
Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, bought an ad, a 30-second ad. It was like, "Stop anti-Semitism.
Stop
being a
We're all
bunch of
Asian
the
shites."
victims. We're just to remind the world that they're the victims always and in all ways."
Fun.
Oh, we forgot. I just realized. I just noticed this. We forgot the fucking last year they had an anti-Semitism commercial with Snoop Dogg in it.
Oh.
Did they? Is this true?
Yeah, Q Bung, I'm gonna link this to you.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know that was true. I missed that commercial.
It's in
Maybe because I
Yeah.
was looking at the what was it, the commercial with Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah.
Oh, what a terrible
was that-
commercial!
Man, that was the best one.
Where he's like a seal and he's like bouncing.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're so stupid.
Oh my
Bro,
God. Never
these
mind,
certain
man.
commercials you like, dude. You like that guy needed money.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that
But
was
the
a good
most-
commercial.
The most infamous Super Bowl commercial is the commercial in which they had the Hampstead children featured in it as derby car racers, just to rub it into the world that even if a child comes out and says, "I've been satanically tortured and taken part in satanic torture," they can still take that child away from their parents and get them deeper into satanic torture, and then also put them on a Super Bowl commercial, and no one can do anything about it.
That's like
That's-
So the fucking I'm like I don't know if I should be in shock or like expect it or what, but like once again we have another fucking Olympics with some Satan shit in the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Jesus Christ, unreal.
Like inverted pentagram, and people are like, no, the inverted pentagram just means feminine, and it just means like blah, blah. I'm like, I know it means that, but that's not what they mean when they use it. They're Satanists. They mean everything inverted. You could see their little goat headed thing in the pentagram, and all the times they use it, and when you drive into a town and it's like, hey, look at all the secret societies we have here, by the way, here's the inverted pentagram for you. Like all that shit, like that's not what they mean. Traditional magic, sure. Like earth magic and stuff, sure. And some people would argue those are Satan adjacent, whatever. That's up to you to decide. I don't care. But Satanist
good.
means something
I like that.
altogether different.
I like that.
Satan
Satan
light.
adjacent.
Satan adjacent.
It's like fag adjacent.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got Snoop up here. We're gonna let this play.
I hate you because we're from different neighborhoods.
I hate
Yeah.
look different.
I hate you because I don't understand you.
I hate you because people I know hate you.
I hate you because I think you hate me.
Because I need someone to blame.
Because you talk different.
Because you act different.
Because you're just different. Man, I hate that things are so bad that we have to do a commercial about it.
Me too.
They're not. You guys are retarded. You don't have to do
Okay, like-
anything.
None of those reasons are why anybody fucking hates anybody. It's because your behavior is disgusting and abhorrent to everyone else, you cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what it
I keep
is.
telling. This is. I want to give the PSA to people out there. You don't actually hate the government. What you hate is other people. Okay, that's what you actually
Yeah.
hate, because the government is just a collection of people. You actually hate other people who do terrible shit. I mean, that's what you don't like.
The
How about if
number
you
one,
stop supporting horrible shit and people won't hate you anymore.
the number one
It-
cause of anti-Semitism is Jewish behavior.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. That is the number one cause of it. It's not that you got programmed by your older brother or some radicalized cousin pulled you aside and gave you the book, The Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion, and sat you down and got you all into that shit. No. The reason why people say the shit that they do is because they're watching the behavior of this group and they go, those people are a bunch of fucking cunts. That's it. It's the behavior. So the number one cure, you can save all the money for a Super Bowl ad. Stop bombing the shit out of people who can't defend themselves. Stop killing hundreds of thousands of children. And then the world won't hate you as much.
There's still a
That is
laundry
true.
list of other bitches, but
But
well,
please
look,
tell me how it's it's some kid in high school who radicalized you. I mean, get the fuck out of here. Nobody gives a shit about that stuff in high school anyway. It's not until they get into the real world and they go, oh, I'm pretty good at pattern recognition. And that group is always the victim and they're always doing shit to that other group and blaming it on someone else. So it's like, oh yeah, you're the great noticing. It's been called that for a reason.
Well, I do know that I've been I've been labeled a racist over the past couple of days.
You
because
should
I
be.
question. Yeah. And I mean, look, racist, man, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it. But it's because I questioned the Super Bowl halftime performer and why you would pick this particular person, Bad Bunny. And what I was trying to tell people is like, the Super Bowl is for niggas that speak English, okay?
Uh-huh.
And so you got a non-English
Almost
speaking nigga
exclusively
that's going
for
to be singing. Yeah.
yeah.
The motherfucker don't sing in English. None of his songs.
No.
Like if he just sprinkled a little, a little Spanish in every once in a while, it's okay. It's like, oh well, he's American, Puerto Rican. Nigga, don't nobody consider no Puerto Ricans Americans. All right.
No.
Even if you technically are, that's not what anyone thinks. It's also like, they're like, well, it's an international audience now, and the whole world tunes into the Super Bowl, and they're all interested. And I'm like, I don't care, because if that's true, the reason that they liked it is because it's American culture. And so if it's American culture, look at all the Super Bowl halftime shows generally are like the hot star in America. Nobody here knows who Bad Bunny is. And maybe I'm an old motherfucker who's out of touch, and maybe all the kids love Bad Bunny, but I don't know anyone who loves Bad Bunny.
No. You know how how I know people don't know who Bad Bunny is, because the young players in the NFL right now, they were going around and interviewing them and asking them, "Hey, what's your favorite Bad Bunny song?" And they're like, "Who's that?" And these are young folk. These are the people at ages 24 to 35.
Yeah, listen, Bad Bunny is music for women who are trying to get back custody of their kids. Let's be honest. That's what it is. It's awful. They've made a huge demographic miscalculation on this one. But I suppose it's intentional.
Yeah, like everything else, they're just like, we will shove this down your throat and you will swallow it. So as usual, I'm going to be watching the Puppy Bowl. Fuck Bad Bunny. It's always going to be full of satanic imagery anyway. Like, I don't need it.
Yeah, somebody said to me, it's like, well, they said last year that they couldn't understand what Kendrick Lamar was saying. I was like, there's plenty of artists where you can't understand what they're saying, because when you sing, you elongate particular parts of a word when it's usually not said that way. So that's why sometimes you can't understand exactly what's being said. But Kendrick Lamar was speaking English. Now, I still question it, because he's not a big artist. I mean, I understand that he's got a following, and he made the song about Drake, and that's why everybody was all up in arms, like, "Oh man, this is he's great." But to be honest, like, his catalog's not that expansive. But at least he still spoke English. You know what I'm saying? We can get to that when Bad Bunny goes up there and he does all his songs. I'm gonna be like, I don't know what you're saying, dog.
It's going to be a catastrophic load on the plumbing system of America, as everybody goes to take a dump at the same time. Immediately when he starts playing, everybody's going to go to the bathroom.
It's the same sort of energy.
The sewer system
is Kendrick Lamar too. Like they're both essentially leftists being shoved down your throat. They're both essentially just like, yeah, we want you. We want to basically put someone up there that you'll complain about so we can call you racist, when actually what Dirt McGurk says, intentional degradation of society, is way more like it. They're like, yeah, we're going to destroy your way of life and you're going to like it. Here's someone who represents that. I will give him credit. Like, he does seem to be an internationally acclaimed star. Like, he's a huge hit elsewhere, I guess, maybe in some groups here in the US too. And he does have a lot of poetic lyrics. I looked into it because I was just like, well, I want to fucking know. Is he just like super satanic? Is he full on just like always fuck ICE? Or like, what is it they're trying to shove down people's throats? And he has some shit. Okay, he has some like artistic things. Like, that's cool. I still, though, like, no one here really knows who he is, and he doesn't speak English. So who fucking cares if he's great?
I'm fine. Like, people thought that I was like hating the gentleman just because he existed. I'm like, no. I understand that they said he's the second most streamed artist in the world. Now, there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people in the world. There's a huge majority of Spanish-speaking people in the world. So I see how that could be the case. But nigga, I'm American and I speak English, and the Super Bowl is English. Now, if we're talking about
only
the FIFA World Cup, put Bad Bunny up there. You know what I'm saying? FIFA World Cup.
If you're hosting the FIFA World Cup in America, which we will be, and you want to have Bad Bunny do that because it's a Latin audience, I get it.
Yeah.
Good fit. This is intentional subversion.
Mm-hmm.
It is intended to make football fans hate them. It's the same reason why the official merchandise is Fanatics, because it's low quality horse shit. And they want you to understand that they don't give a fuck what you think. They sign an exclusive deal. That's what you're getting. You're going to get what you don't want, and you're going to deal with it because we're the NFL. This is the end.
Yeah, it's
They hate their audience so much. They hate them. Do you know how many different streaming services you have to pay for to watch every available NFL game this season? The ones that were happening in Europe, and the ones that were happening on Thursday nights and Saturday nights sometimes, and Black Friday now all of a sudden. And listen, I love football. I don't know anybody who watches more football than me who isn't maybe getting paid to do it. But like, it's disgusting. It's a shitty business model. They have a monopoly on it, and they treat the customer as such.
Because you used to be able to just watch it. No matter where you were, you got a channel that would play it. Like, you didn't have to pay for shit. You had advertisements. That was what was paying for it. Now you have to pay for it, and you have advertisements.
I was watching.
Yeah, how do we get into that?
I don't know.
I was watching Twitch in the morning so that I could catch the games in like Frankfurt in Spain that they were doing, because it wasn't. I didn't have access to it, or I had to sign up for like YouTube or something. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. On principle, I'm not doing it. So I have to watch some video game streamer has got it on and a camera set up. It's filming it. And during commercials, he like turns it to like something else and talks about video games. Like, I don't give a shit. So that's how I had to watch like about 4 different games this year because I'm not going to pay.
Now, we do understand this is when all the crazy commercials start going on. So what is the likelihood of us having an anti-ICE commercial? What's the percentage? What do you think percentages would be?
80.
Going by 85.
I think this. Maybe they'll incorporate it into a beer commercial, and they'll say something like, "Who brought the ice?" And then everyone will go like, some dude with a big, "Oh shit, it's ice," and it'll be a guy holding a bag of ice or something like that.
That could be the case.
That could be the case. So it'll be a joke, but it'll be
that could work. That could work. I mean,
if they come out with a lecture like the Bob Kraft commercial where it's like, stop bullying the little Jewish kid. You hear me? That thing. Then it will be mocked relentlessly, and it'll deserve it. If they find a way to try and like incorporate it into like a Bud Light commercial with Shane Gillis and something like that, like, dude, like no fucking ice, like shut, like that would be like, that could be funny. They could do it, but I think they'll find a way to do it somehow.
Remember the Super Bowl halftime show where they paraded out all the Sandy Hook kids that didn't get killed in Sandy Hook?
Dude.
Just checking.
Well,
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah. I remember that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. You want to, how what they talk about, like humiliation ritual. It also works for the people who know what's going on and have to watch it.
Exactly.
Where you're just like, I feel humiliated. Like, I know what the hell's going on. This is fucking awful.
Powerless. You feel powerless. You're like, well, I know those kids have been through hell and no one can save them from it. Awful.
yes, cannot be
kids.
saved. Cannot be saved. Well, look, so over this past week, we've got a little bit more action in Minneapolis right now. They're setting up makeshift roadblocks to check your papers.
You gotta check your
license
papers.
plate. And they're like, and look, this nothing yells more that I'm funded than, yeah, we got a database that we run your information through to see if this is associated with a federal agent. ICE. I'm like, hold on a second. The regular niggas ain't got that shit in their back pocket.
No, that, and now they've got somehow like 10,000 dildos to throw around, like just candy. And I'm like, I get there's some cheap dildos, and there's some really expensive dildos, and if everyone has a dildo, like, where'd you all get the dildos?
Where's these dildos coming from?
Probably George Soros or something. I mean, like,
is it Adam and Eve?
Did they get a discount?
Do we need to go check
Shmuley?
Adam and Eve?
Yeah, Shmuley gave
Shmuley dildos.
There's no
Is that the
discount
company?
from
Is that the company
Shmuley.
name? Oh, is it? Okay.
I'm like, dude, you guys are so sexually frustrated. You're like, can't stop being fucking obviously sexually frustrated in everything you do. Remember all the girls who are just like sexually dancing and they're like yelling at the ICE agents, like, you just want to suck my asshole. And I'm like, damn, I mean, that's like a weird thing to yell at someone. You should clearly want someone to suck your asshole and haven't had it for a while or something, but like, weird. Maybe you should. Or the girl who was like pole dancing while she was like screaming at like people to whatever, and that shit. And now the dildos. I'm like, you guys aren't making a case for yourself, except that you're deeply, deeply unwell and sexually frustrated. So like, if every leftist just had like better orgasms, that might solve the crisis.
You see, well, they shouldn't be though, because I mean, from what I understand, when you're liberal, you just you pass it out. Like this should be easy for them. It should be easy wins. You're liberated now.
You can have sex with anyone, but none of them care about anything but themselves. So who's having good orgasms?
Well, that's true.
Selfish lovers aren't good lovers.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but aren't they? Wouldn't they be trying to find? I think the issue is that they're trying to find liberal men, and the liberal men may be more touched with their emotions. Be like, well, I don't want to rush it. I want to get to know you and shit like that. That might be the case.
They're like,
I'm saying? I don't want to jump right into this.
Can I kiss you? And then like all the heat goes out the room. Like,
yeah. Somebody, can I kiss you? Yeah, that's it. Man. So I mean,
you sign this release form before we take this any further.
Yeah. Yeah, so that may be the case. There could be some sexual frustration there, and it's always whenever you have a
plus they're also
big
mostly fat liberals. I'm just saying, they're usually fat and ugly.
Who fucks those people, man? Who fucks those fat, ugly people?
Somebody does. No, I'm just letting you know, like that's a prime market for a certain subset of men. Okay, it's a prime market. Okay, because it's a little bit easier for women. Man.
If that's what
a little bit easier for women.
That type of meat, you go. That's what you got.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. I mean, hey, some people hunt deer, some people hunt bears, some people hunt ducks. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I mean, usually don't hunt all of them. You know what I'm saying? Usually specialize. Some people hunt wild boars.
Some people.
That's what the liberal women would be. You'd be hunting wild boars. You know what I'm saying? You out there, hey, you hunting them down. Now, hey, I just want to know how many of them just kind of hanging out there, like, oh yeah, fuck ICE, and they'd be like, hey, I mean, what you doing later?
Yeah,
they're like, get out of my face. It's like I'm on your side, dude. I'm just trying to figure out if you need some help.
Yeah. Again, it puts.
not moving further.
It puts people who are paying attention in a weird spot where you find that you're on the same team or the same side for one moment, at least on one issue. The same as with Gaza, which is, the ICE theater needs to end. This is awful and disgusting with the state apparatus. I mean, I think we come across this for maybe different reasons than the leftists do. I hate the idea of the state just functioning like that and think it's disgusting. And I'm sure they have more, it's more like you're hurting somebody's right to exist and violating their space. And it's like, I'm not worried about that. I just don't like the state being involved. But you find yourself for these rare moments agreeing with their philosophy on ending something, but then just shaking your head in like, do you have to do it in the most retarded way possible where you wind up making even people who agree with you want nothing to do with you?
Yes.
By like making it so performative and so, I got to get lectured about stolen land by Billie fucking Eilish. You know, I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah,
they have
stolen
to.
land, man. And look, here's and I put this out there too. A lot of the stuff I make, I end up being somebody calling me racist, or they allow me to know that like I've got a gap in between my teeth. I'm like, dog, I've known this for the past 35 years. I've known this. Like I don't give a fuck. So I'm trying to figure that thing out. But with the Billie Eilish thing, I was like, look, here's what I want you to do. I just want you to take the legals and put them in your estate because you've got a big estate. You got a large estate. I feel like do some underground. What's it? The Underground Railroad. Get some of that action going. You know, house them. Now, don't vet them. I don't care if they got drugs, if they into sexual assault or anything like that. Don't vet them. Just bring them in. Now, if they happen to take you in the back, you know what I'm saying, and take the pussy from you, and you didn't want them to do that, that's just the price of doing business, okay? But it's okay because you're on stolen land and you're helping them. You know what
It's
I'm
their
saying?
culture.
You're helping them get off as well. Yeah.
It was
You're helping them
hot
get
that
off as
day,
well.
so
I think
Yeah.
they're
I
allowed
think
to
the
rape.
Underground Railroad means something totally different in Hollywood.
To Billie
Okay.
Eilish.
I think maybe that it involves adrenochrome or something, or moving kids.
Adrenochrome.
Okay. Should I say something? Is
No,
something
I
a little
don't
bit
know. I
different? A
mean,
little bit different movement. Oh, okay.
yeah, no, it's fine.
You know, where you
No.
house them? I just wanted to house them. Like she's got a $14 million estate. It's a very large estate.
Yeah,
Take them, build some huts, build some little huts out back. You know, give them
Casitas.
somewhere to stay. Yeah, illegal
Amazon.
food.
You get on Amazon. You can get those little studios.
Dude.
Yeah, there we go.
She's the most
It won't be long.
dead-eyed woman. Like, why? I know why, because she's been used and abused, and she's Britney Spears 2.0, and she's like probably turned off and on by her MK handlers and like whatever the fuck. But like, Jesus Christ, doesn't everybody notice that there's nothing behind the eyes there? Like, she's nothing. There's no spark. She's dead. She's dead inside.
She may
has
be a
no
robot.
soul.
She may be a robot.
She might be a robot. Like, there's no difference, at least.
Yeah, she may in fact be. And I just thought it was funny how, you know, during the Grammys, everybody who got up there, it was either, you know, fuck Trump or fuck ICE. I was just like, isn't this supposed to be about like music and shit, movies or whatever? I'm just like, hey,
We need Ricky Gervais to come tell him.
I'm just like, why you just got to jump right into that? And I understand it. They're pandering. They got to pander to the people that pay them. Okay. They got to pander to their supposed audience. All right.
Or they have to say what they say so that they can continue to get their adrenochrome. Same
That
difference.
may be the case. If you missed a couple sessions, would it hurt you? I don't know if it does or not. It may.
It seems to rapidly age you if you miss it.
I mean, it may.
It
it may be
it's
like that Ready. It may be like that Ready or Not movie. Like when they didn't end up killing the woman, they're like, "Hey, if we don't kill you, then when we get to the next morning, then we die." And they're like, they get to the next morning, they're like, "You see, where?" She's like, "Look, y'all are all fine," and then their head started exploding randomly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
or
shit.
Limitless, right? If you don't keep taking it, like, you know,
Yeah,
crash
you just
lower than you
crash
ever were
out.
before.
The adrenochrome. And that may be the case. Like once you get on it, you can't get off of it. Like it's like now you got to stay on it. To get off would mean that you'd be, in fact, you would die.
Ellen looked pretty rough when she was in like house arrest or whatever was happening with her, and she was like signaling frazzle drip to the world. Like, she looked pretty rough. I'm like, I know you can do your own makeup. It's not that you're not in your studio. Like, something else is happening to your face.
That reminds me of something I just saw, and I don't know if it's bunk or not, but I think we need to get to the bottom of it. I saw somebody posted the fucking Anne Hesh video, she getting up in the right, and somebody commented that was actually a cut from a movie. Is that true? Has anybody seen that movie, heard of that movie? That was filmed at a production site and not the real crash site. And I can't find anything else on that other than that.
I've never heard that.
Anybody
knew. Her
I don't know that.
crash though was captured. I mean, maybe. I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't attest to it. But if I recall correctly, that crash was captured on doorbell cams for a bunch of people because she was hauling ass down that street. And a bunch of people picked it up, and it's like you can hear the crash and all these. I don't know. I mean, again, like, could they fabricate that? Yeah, for sure. Pretty weird.
Pretty weird.
Where she?
Pretty weird that
I would
she's
have swore that
working
was.
on
I would have sworn that
child
footage was on the
trafficking.
news. I thought that footage was from a news helicopter, and that was
I thought
on the
so
news.
too.
I thought it was
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it just needs to be double checked at some point, because like I just saw this comment, and it's the only time I've ever seen anybody even saying anything.
It's just
like that, trying
it's
to
a
debunk
little
it.
too weird that like Anne Heche, the fucking what's his head from Jesus Christ, Seattle Soundgarden,
Chris
Anthony
Cornell.
Bourdain. Who were the two people? The one had the mouse mask and the other one had the red scarf as they got
Kate
brought out of the building. Who?
Kate Spade's husband had to wear the mouse mask.
So they're all fucking either dead or like all of a sudden they never talk about child trafficking
Well,
again.
Kate Spade's dead. She hung herself, right?
Hung herself with a red fucking tie,
and
right?
then the husband had to come out the next day in the mouse mask.
So they're all dying with red ties around their neck. There's more. I can't even think of them because the list is so fucking long of people who are like doing a documentary about child trafficking or like wanting to expose the dark secrets of Hollywood and the elite and whatever. And oh, look, now you're dead.
Yeah, or
What
you wind up like Carradine in a rubber bondage suit hanging in a closet in Thailand.
Jesus Christ. And whatever. Some people die and some people kill themselves and some people overdose. But every single person from Hollywood who's ever talked about child trafficking is just conveniently dead. Alrighty.
I think it's the glue that keeps everybody together and everybody quiet and everybody,
So, what do you think of the idea that Epstein's thing was not a child traffic? It was not a blackmail operation, and that it was literally just a child trafficking, and everyone was in on it, and everyone was protecting each other operation.
Same kind of difference, right?
Believe that.
Because it could be both. I mean, you still would have dirt on people.
Yeah. It is always a blackmail operation. Every day is.
You know what the normies are saying about this?
What?
They're like, well, first of all, it's only Trump and Elon Musk. No one else matters. Those are the only two. And they're like, I mean, honestly, no matter if you like them or hate them or whatever the fuck, like they're the least implicated of anyone. just based on what we can see, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what's actually happening, of course. But just based on the documents, they're like not implicated. Then like, so there's all these other people, but they don't care about, they're just Trump and Elon. And it's only about, like there's 16-year-old girls and stuff, but otherwise it's just prostitutes and trafficked women. That's what the Epstein Files is about. No joke. Like they can't fucking see it. And like, and if you bring up Pizzagate, they're like, that's debunked. I'm like, this is Pizzagate. And they're like, oh, because they think Pizzagate is literally just about like a pizza shop, one pizza shop and one guy. Like, no, dude, god damn it. But you can't. So even you like dump all this on the normies, like they can't even fucking see it because they're so cognitive dissonance, blinded, fucking just like out of touch, not capable. I get like not being able to see the darkest darkness of humanity. It is really, really dark. I get like being like, I can't fucking handle this, but I don't get then making up weird stories about it and like pushing a narrative that doesn't even make sense. But that's what they're doing.
Well, I mean, it's pretty expansive when you get 3 million pages dropped. Is that correct? Am I right? 3 million. Like when you say to somebody that 3 million pages just dropped, you like, nigga, can AI give me the abbreviated version of it?
Yeah.
I mean, like really, like
summarize in
like
2 paragraphs for me.
Yeah. They're like, because when Congress gets the damn They say, all right, we're going to the vote on a bill today. Okay, we're voting on a bill. Yeah, it's 50,000 pages.
Sure.
Ain't nobody been able to read that. Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
okay. You
got
said a
paid.
bill, right? You said a bill. What kind of bill we got that's 50,000 pages? I mean,
Bill Clinton.
I mean,
50,000 bills in one.
I
bill.
mean, that's what I'm saying. Man, we don't have fantasy novels that's 50,000 pages. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That they got a lot of lore to go through, and we got this one
Well, we
bill.
do.
That's
It's called the
50,000
tax
pages.
code.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if you can shuffle through all that, you know, and I don't like it. They get up there and they say, "Hey, man, you know, we got this bill that we're voting on tomorrow. It's 50,000 pages. Give it a once over, and then come and be ready to vote on it tomorrow." It's just like, can you give me some time? I mean,
That's what the lobbyists are for. You don't need time. You've got them.
yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
They'll
Oh, that's
tell
my
you how to
bad.
think.
Okay.
I mean,
So
there's like
you just
there's like
outsource
8
it.
lobbyists for every like person there. Right? It's like
Yeah. So you
That-
just
that-
outsource it.
why
should
would
be
you
like,
need
"Hey,
to
man,
do
well-"
all this reading? You don't hurt your eyeballs. Have these dipshits do it all for you. It's like, oh, we're from
Yeah.
Pfizer. We'll tell you what it says.
We'll tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Do you not think that Pfizer has your best interest in mind? I mean,
They
come
want
on
what's
now.
best for you. It's for your safety.
Yeah. Exactly. They just paid a whole bunch of fines and all that shit.
They only
It's-
paid the largest fine in the history of planet Earth, but besides that, it's fine.
Yeah, you tell man when you told people that shit, they were like, "What are you talking about? That's not true."
Be a
Just
smart
like
ass.
I'm like, man, Google will tell you that. I mean, just Google it. Like you ain't even got to do nothing expansive here. You just hit Google, and they wouldn't even do it because
My
it'd be too
favorite is
much.
they'll be, that's Fox News talking point. Like, I don't know. I don't watch Fox News, but it's just like a fucking fact is what we call it.
I mean,
Sometimes sometimes Fox News gets it right in their attempt to disinform you. I don't know what you want me to say.
yeah. Yeah,
So I have a question.
I get that. Yeah.
Are we going to war or not? Like, I can't figure the fucking thing out. I've been
Yeah,
trying to figure
okay,
this out.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
We've
no.
been in
I-
war.
Charlie says yes. I say no. I
say
say
we-
no because
Well, I say
not
we've been
yet.
at war
think-
for
I say not
years.
yet.
I think war as we know it is or war as we previously know it no longer exists.
Oh, that's bullshit. We're gonna blow shit up forever. It'll always exist.
No. You can blow shit up forever, but it ain't niggas standing on each side of the line and running at each other. That
Oh,
type
yeah,
of shit
I
is
get
over.
that.
I can go in there and I can wipe you the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But war as we know it, we just got boots on the ground and folk just running head first into each other. That shit done. Ain't doing that shit no more.
Yeah, I think
I
we've been
mean-
in war.
Well,
Or
can't just somebody wipe
ever.
out Israel already? I'm just like wanting this thing to get on with already. 'Cause it's like,
No,
boom,
man.
boom, Tel Aviv.
And here's what I don't understand. Somebody put this out there for me, okay? So, and maybe my thinking's wrong on this, but it came across my mind over the past few days. So, we've got Israel, and they're sworn enemies, Palestinians, anybody else in the Middle East. Most of your other Middle Easterns are Muslim. So, why would Israel allow Muslims to infiltrate other countries if they're sworn enemies?
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Why
Why
would Israel allow Muslims to infiltrate other countries if that's
Because
just
these
sworn
Jews
enemy?
are trying to destroy every culture on
Oh,
planet Earth except their own.
Because number one on the list is Rome, white America, essentially. The white man. That's priority number one before Muslims. They consider Muslims to be animals. They at least have a little bit more respect for the white man, and they are actively trying to destroy the white man's world through the Kalergi plan of Western Europe and North America. That's why these places are being destroyed. That's the priority.
Well,
Okay.
I would think that it would allow them too much territory because what was I seeing it like
They can
Yeah.
get the
in
Muslims
Britain
later.
like it's
They get
jumped
'em under-
jumped
Yeah.
up to like 60 million. Like I'm like that doesn't make sense. Like if I got a sworn enemy, what I
You-
want to do is I want to mash them. I want to mash on them.
You-
and mash 'em out.
Your
Mhm.
sworn enemy isn't the Muslims though. It's the white
Oh, okay,
man.
okay.
and you
Okay,
are
okay, all right.
destroying them by infecting their culture with the Muslims, knowing that they will not, that they're incompatible, and you'll destroy the host nation, and you'll inject the Muslims in there. They know that they'll be able to control the Muslims later. This
like
is
what
their
Okay.
thing. This is not me like thinking about this. This is the shit that they write out in the Kalergi plan. Don't worry about them. We can take care of them later. What we need to do is destabilize the West first, get that place into disarray, and then we'll take care. And then the Muslims will take care of themselves.
Do you know why they
So-
probably want to target us most, aside from like religious or spiritual reasons, right? But we have like the highest IQ in the world.
Yeah.
And
And
that's see,
nothing.
but
Japan's on the radar now too.
True.
So
Yeah.
Because
these
of that.
fucking Jews are white people. They're from Europe. They're descendants of converts, and the whole anti-white thing is the epitome of self-hatred for some
Yeah.
fucking reason. These
And-
fucking
and
people
They
are so
behind
fucking.
it.
They drink their own goddamn Kool-Aid. These niggas got no connection to Palestine, the Middle East. They're not even fucking Jews. They're all converts.
You know?
Okay.
They're Khazars,
Period.
right?
Period. They're Khazars. Yes, the Khazar story is legit. And how do we know it's legit? Because a goddamn book was written on it called the Khuzari in the 12th century, before the Khazars were driven out of their land into Europe. Okay, so we have a book written called the Khuzari written by a rabbi. He was trying to flex on how awesome Judaism is. Like, hey, we even convinced the Khazar king to convert. And he tells the whole fucking story about King Bulan and how King Bulan brought in all these different religious people from all around the world, and then the Jews convinced them that theirs was the real religion, and so he converted everybody to that religion based on the word of these rabbis that he brought in. And this is like the book was written in the 12th century, so that's 1100s, but this actually took place in the 8th century, so it was like 720-ish that this all actually happened. But they still practiced their ritual black magic, and so they got driven out of the homeland into Europe, and that's when we have the Jewish story begins in the 1200s in Europe. So yes, it's 100% true. Anybody who says it's not true is a moron. Anyone who's like, no, these people left Palestine and they ended up in Europe. No, fuck you. The diaspora is Africa. Okay, when these fucking people got driven out of their goddamn homeland at 70 AD to destruction, they fucking went into Africa. They didn't go anywhere else because they were fucking black and dark-skinned Middle Easterners. See, it was originally all
Blackish.
blacks. But over time,
Black.
no, it was black motherfucker,
yellow.
black.
Black
And then
light.
over time, it incorporated more people of more sophistication, and that's when the Middle Easterners got involved with it. But it was originally a black thing. So everyone's got to read the book called Undeniable by, what the fuck's that guy's name? Dante something. I've got it around here somewhere. It's like 300 pages of pure proof that the Israelites were black.
And that the people got tired of them and forced them out of their neighborhood.
Dante Fortson. That was it. Dante Fortson is his name.
Black man always getting stepped on. You see what I'm saying all throughout history. But kick a
All
black
throughout
man in the
history,
ass.
playing
Yeah,
music too
there
loud,
it is.
getting kicked out of country.
Gee,
That's what's
I wonder why
happening.
people would want to kick them out for fucking eating babies and
I
doing
wonder.
black magic. Oh, I
Hey,
wonder
where
who's
did our
still
kid
doing
go?
it. Yeah.
Fuck, they got kicked out of fucking Tennessee in 1860 by fucking Grant.
Dude, there was a guy
Yeah.
in fucking Wyoming that got hung, his balls got cut off and turned into coin purses, his fucking nose was cut off and like thrown to the wolves or whatever. Like, it's an amazing story. I was like, damn, why they hate this guy so much? And they're like, they called him Big Nose Jew or something. I was like, oh, okay. But again, I don't think it's just because he's a Jew. I'm pretty sure you don't cut someone's balls off and turn them into coin purses unless he fucked your kids. So
You got it.
Oh my god,
Sorry.
I just
You got
found.
it.
I just went to Google this and I
Well,
found a
that's a
book.
little much.
There's a whole
That's a
book on
bit
this
much.
subject. It's called "When General Grant Expelled the Jews."
Oh my
Came out in
God.
2012.
Can you imagine what the transcript of this episode is going to look like in like Google
AI's like,
transcribe?
just racism.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just straight racism. Yeah, that's what it's been. It's been so far. It's been 40 minutes of racism. These guys,
Uh-uh.
obviously,
we have made fun of every single color, every type of person.
Like
in
almost
40
every
minutes.
show.
It is a
Don't
record.
worry. Don't worry, Chinese folk. We coming for y'all next. Look,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't know. Okay, so for me, I just think, and I understand what you're saying, Charlie, about we'll be able to handle them later. I think sometimes you overplay your hand. Okay,
Maybe
and
arrogance
like,
is one of their downfalls.
Yeah.
yeah, I think sometimes you overplay your hand because when you look at I think what was they were talking about Britain, where it was like 500,000 Muslims in was like the year 2000. Now there's like 50, 60 million
I-
of them there. It's
if
just
they're
like
giving if they're running a 7-kid ratio,
yeah, because they fuck.
and Britain is running at 1.6 or 1.8 or whatever, maybe if you're lucky 2.1, so you're treading water. You're certainly not 7. You're going to get, I mean, do you know what compound interest looks like? It
Yes.
doesn't take long until 250,000 is 250 million. Okay, it does not take. It's faster than you think. So it could be that the Kalergi plan gets out of control. But also if that happens, I guess I'm
No.
sure their way of thinking is we'll just corrupt that new system when when it appears.
But sometimes the numbers overwhelm you. We see this though. We have movies that that harken back to this. I think all the zombie movies, where it's like, oh, if something happens, we'll be able to control it. Before you know it, everybody ate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody ate up. You're like, shit. It didn't work out. So that's the
Oops.
way I see it. It's just like
I
if
get
I'm
it.
looking,
The
if this
Jews
is
are
my sworn
zombies.
enemy,
I understand.
yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I can read them between the lines.
Well, they don't just let you can't just become an honorary
They
G
might be.
overnight.
They
Man.
might
There's
be
some things you got
vampires,
to do.
though. Have you seen that connection? Have you seen that
Vampires.
connection where they're
Definitely
like,
vampires.
look at the
drink
connection of
blood.
all vampires or Dracula or whatever. Like they put it up, and I was like, oh
Energy
shit.
vampires is what they call them.
Okay, Vlad the
Energy.
Impaler is like the fucking whatever I'm trying to say, ancestor of all the royal family. And it
What
goes back
brand?
even further than that to like Charlemagne. I don't know. But he has vampiric ties already, and they sit there and they make adrenochrome and drain the blood and drink the blood of these kids that they've tortured in order for them to get like high and have youth. Like that sounds like a vampire to me. Sounds like a vampiric cult. Well, you're satanic shit.
Yeah,
But you have to be
can't come out and
invited in
say
if you're a
that.
vampire.
I can't come out and say that. So you hide it in allegory. Make a story about
Yes.
Dracula.
He did
Or
have a big
trolls.
nose, didn't he?
He wore an
Yeah, the
amulet.
girls. Yeah.
He wore an amulet
Well,
that looked like
The
a
Dracula one is the best
six-sided
because he
star.
can't see his own reflection, which is like key.
Can't deal with his can't see his own reflection. Can't no ability for self-reflection.
Right. Yep. And also
Can't see
the
his own
cross. He's repelled by the cross of Christ.
Ha!
And if you watch the original Bela Lugosi, he's wearing a fucking Star of David around his neck.
And the garlic situation comes from an unusual medical condition that is disproportionately targeting Ashkenazi Jews.
Because
Really?
they're inbred.
Garlic is extremely allergenic to them, to the ones that
That-
have this particular thing.
There's no
What about the
accident
silver?
here.
What about the silver? What about the silver?
Yeah, what about
Give me
silver?
something with silver.
I don't know.
That may be a
Silver
recent
affect
phenomenon.
vampires?
They can
How does
control the
silver affect
gold.
vampires?
I don't know. I'm just
Yeah, that's a
guessing.
recent phenomenon, I think.
Yeah.
But was it in Blade? In Blade, he used silver.
Yeah, silver is also supposed to be good for
Werewolves?
dogmen or whatever, werewolves, yeah.
Now, in one of the vampire movies, they said the reason that silver affects him is because Judas, am I right?
Like
The
a
one who
cursed-
betrayed
Yeah.
Christ became the first vampire, and so he had the 30 pieces of silver fall out. So the silver was one of his curses that would affect him.
Huh.
Jesus
Would
becomes a
affect
zombie,
vampires.
right? Because he comes back from the dead 3 days later. So now we have zombies and vampires.
Cosmic
This is a
zombie.
fantastic
It's,
story. I've never
He's a
heard this
light
one.
body zombie. Yeah, iron also supposed to be bad for, or like used to repel jinn at least. So some sort of supernatural evil, or not that all jinn would be evil, but anyway. So what does iron have to do with it too? Plus also in ancient Judaic black magic traditions, you can write the name of a demon on a piece of iron and put it into a dead corpse or a living body, and now that is possessed by the demon and can animate it.
That's a little much, isn't it?
Bit much.
What do
I
you
mean,
what do you know about the Vril? The Vril Society, the monster.
They were on 2 episodes of Supernatural. Everybody hates Hitler, and I can't
The-
remember the other one.
They put in the eye. Have you heard about that?
Well,
Is this the Nazi shit?
Vril is just a name of an energy. It's just this. It's
Right.
exactly equivalent to the word like prana or chi. But there's a
Are you
Vril
talking about the
society.
Nazis?
Yeah.
Charlie, are you talking about the Nazis?
So
Yeah.
there's the Vril Society, that the Nazis were involved in. And then they talk about these creatures that they called the Vril also. That was not just the Nazi thing.
So,
it was that
my perspective on
it's
this-
something kind of different, like small, squatty, reptilian types that can shoot out a horn out of the back of their spinal column. They can do it once, and then that is taken. Their reptilian body is no longer worth anything. This is taken and it's injected into the eye of the person, where it wraps itself around the optical nerve and connects into basically hacks into the brain computer and takes over the body. And that's why you see all the left eye bruises and everything. That's where they've inserted these things into these people. Now, again, this is not my story. This is just me reading the story that they're talking about. So I have no.
So
I don't
when it
know
comes to
this
that stuff,
one
and it
way or
comes
the
to the
other.
Nazis, Hitler fucking hated secret societies. Period. So all the shit about the Thule Society and all this stuff is nonsense. At a certain point, the Thule Society was big in Nazi Germany, but Hitler was like, he made it mutually exclusive. You couldn't be a Nazi and in the Thule Society at the same time. And then he eventually got rid of the Thule Society entirely. So all the people who talk about this stuff in the Nazi secret societies, I'm like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, because Hitler was totally against all that shit and wouldn't have tolerated any of it. So that's my take on the Vril and all that stuff, because I don't see where the fuck it came from, unless they were hiding it from Hitler, because he would chop
feel
the
like-
fucking head off.
I feel like the eye thing is black goo. I don't know if it has anything to do with weird
Okay. Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah. Okay. I'm willing to. Yeah.
Like programmable.
What do we know about
programmable
that?
Matter.
I mean, the only stuff I know about that is like, fuck, I think there's like one dude who's talking about it a while ago.
There's a ton of people who've talked about it, and most of them have been shown to be pretty retarded. So like I don't know where to go with them.
Who isn't
but-
retarded? Who's talking about it? Maybe that's an easier way to frame it.
But like
If you want
what's
to know more
interesting
about black
is
goo,
to look at like Hollywood and their obsession with black goo, and it's always
know.
programmable matter, and then it's also always seemingly connected with inverted Saturnian worship, which is also connected to inversion, which is Satan worship. And then you've got the black cube at the Mecca, and everyone fucking just like wraps around it millions of times over and over and charges this fucking thing. And then people have connected it to Antarctica for some reason, like it's an old ancient tech that we found there and that we're using to like mind control people. And then there's the idea that there's like a natural black goo, which would be from the earth and is like what maybe causes sentience and life to emerge in after every wipeout, if there's like cyclical destruction. So those things are interesting to me, which would not necessarily connect with most of the researchers who have talked about black goo.
you've seen Prometheus, I'm assuming.
Right. Like they always have black goo and programmable. It's always programmable matter.
Black goo.
It's in like 7,000
Why it
movies.
gotta
Like
be
it's
black goo?
if you see the list of like programmable matter black goo in movies and pop culture, it's unbelievably long.
I'm surprised they haven't. Well, yeah, if it was white goo,
It's a
I
little
think,
different.
I think it
that'd
has
a
to be
very
black goo
Peter
because like the
Northian
other
type
colors.
thing.
Yeah,
maybe
the
white
other
goo
colors
takes
would
me
be
to Chatsworth. You wind up there. That's a different kind of white goo, I suppose. But yeah, the programmable matter. I wonder what that. Because these people look like they're mind controlled, right?
Yeah.
And of course they probably are put through the ringer, but there's got to be something else. There is a common denominator here. You guys aren't all accidentally getting bruises on that eye. Like, stop. I've never had a black eye since like, I don't know, 40 years.
I don't think I ever have. Yeah.
You know, like everybody's got it on. Come on, stop.
On the
Something's
same
going
side.
on. We're not dumb, but is it? I don't know, man. Because I've seen some of those. I've seen some clips of some celebrities where they look like they are not there. You know,
It's
whether it's
100%. There's
Beyonce like zoning out at a Knicks game, like at halftime, and courtside, and she's fucking zonked out. Or Matt McConaughey looks like a fucking devil when he's walking the red carpet. He looks like he's like having an out of body experience. I mean, I've seen some shit where you just go like,
Well,
I
think
don't
about
think that
too all the
person's
times you
well.
can find them talking about how they summon an altar and then
Yeah.
it comes into
Yeah.
them and they go away and the altar has taken over. Like they describe it that way. You could be like, oh, it's figurative or whatever. When Denzel Washington's talking about it, that's not what it sounds like. It sounds like it's very real. He's telling you the actual like steps he takes to be this actor that is so great. Beyonce too, right? She's like, oh yeah, that's fucking Sasha Fierce. That's not even me. I literally call her in and then I step out and at the same time that's like a psychological tactic. Like if you are super nervous, you're like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm not that Lindsey, right? I'm the Lindsey who can get in front of a crowd and say anything and like whatever." And so there is like something to that, but they talk about it as though they're summoning an actual being and letting it inhabit their body and that they're not even aware. And then you see some of their features seem to change when you can like seemingly watch it happen. Like before we had any kind of AI anything, there was that Beyonce, I think it was at a Super Bowl halftime actually, but I'm not sure. It was probably like 16 years ago or 15 years ago or something, and she's standing there and you see like something that looks like a flash of light almost like come into her, and all of a sudden her eyes look fucking crazy and her face is like huge and she looks like a monster for like 10 seconds or something, and then something seems to like leave and you're like, well, what the fuck is that? Or what the fuck is it when Britney Spears is talking to Diane Sawyer or whatever and someone says strawberries and she just becomes like a 5-year-old child and she seems super confused about like what just happened. I mean, like there's psychological reasons, and maybe you're torturing people to the breaking point and this is just their way of coping and that's their alternate whatever. Or there's demonic implications too. Like there's actual entities that you are inviting into people, and you can turn it off and on if you're good enough at it, right?
Yeah. Well, if you're Kanye and you get on the wrong topic, we'll put you back to sleep, right?
So
Isn't
you
that
get
what Harley
abducted.
Pasternak said?
Yeah,
Send you back to
you get
dreamland.
abducted.
Get
Yeah,
abducted.
because that's what happened. That's what happened to his ass. He got abducted, sent to Utah, to some fucking some secluded vacation spot, and all of a sudden he's got some new chick who walks around butt naked, and he ain't saying none of the shit he was saying before.
Yeah. He was talking about God and like being like a good husband and wife and all this stuff, and all of a sudden he's like, yeah, just like let your fucking whore walk around with her tits out or whatever.
There you go.
Totally
Suck me
cool.
off while I'm in the broad day on the back of this small boat with other folks just there. It's right around you, just like, yeah, man, just go on and do it. Fellate me right out here. It's just like, that ain't weird at all, dog. Hey, look, man, I understand people are into stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, some stuff get them excited and stuff. But doing it in front of a bunch of people ain't never been one of those things that I've felt like's that exciting. Just because, I mean, your performance probably ain't gonna be that great, dog.
Yeah.
That's got to be honest with you. That's why when folks are like, "Oh man, I'm gonna tape it."
Extra pressure.
Don't tape yourself doing that shit, okay? Because you're gonna be like, I thought I was doing better looking work than that.
I thought I was Peter
You know what
North.
I'm saying? Yeah. I thought my work looked better than that. Just
Don't
be in the
break
moment, okay?
illusion. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go back later and look at it. Be like, oh my God, this is some
Oh,
bad
what
looking
is
stuff.
this?
There's a lot of folks that do that stuff though. I'm just, hey, look, I'm on caution against it because, and second of all, that person, you may not be with them forever. You know what I'm saying? So now that shit's lingering around, and nobody's ever used that shit for evil at all, have they?
No, never.
Put that stuff out there. No,
See?
they ain't
It's
never
always
used that stuff
blackmail.
for evil.
Even if you didn't want it to be blackmail, it becomes blackmail.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, folks are always trying to get the one up on you. All right. That's just the way it is. It's okay. We see a lot of we've got a ton of layoffs right now, everywhere. I mean, just name
Especially at the
name your
Washington
corporation.
Post.
Yeah. I mean, how many they lay off, Charlie? What was it 10,000?
300.
Is that what I see? Oh, they lay off 300. I seen
Not
somebody
enough
was laying
is
off.
the
Was it
answer, is the
Amazon?
correct answer.
Was Amazon laying off 10,000?
Yeah, it was like
Was it
10,000.
Amazon?
I
Mhm.
saw for
Oh.
January layoffs were up 117%. From what I don't know, but sounds like a lot.
That's a lot.
Every time I look
I-
up, there's somebody laying people off. I'm like, so hold on a second. So let me
Yeah, I
get
hope I don't
this
get
right,
laid off.
okay? Yeah, let me get. You don't fire yourself, Cory. Here's what I don't get. I'm like, it's like, okay, it's like, so I'm gonna lay off all these people, and then I'm gonna go up on my prices. I'm like, well, who do you want to pay for it?
Yeah.
Because the people ain't got the job no more. So
Let them eat cake.
We'll let the robots. We'll tax the robots.
okay, well, Elon said that the robots are gonna be doing everything, and so
We'll
you're gonna wake
tax
up
them.
every morning and figure out what's the point of me being here. Well,
Yeah.
obviously the fuck and reproduce, but beyond that, I mean, well, maybe not.
They don't want you to do that
But it's
either.
like,
And now we have medical assistance in dying in like 17 states. So if you do wake up wondering what's the point of you being here, like you can just die. Easy.
that is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Oh, so there is somewhat breaking news in the Epstein story, I guess. Through messages exchanged with Steve Bannon, Epstein messaged to Steve Bannon that he was going into a SCIF talk tomorrow. A SCIF is a sensitive, compartmented information facility run by the United States government. This just got released by RT.
Ah,
So, yeah.
Okay. Oh well,
What-
I've
what was
had
the
a
date?
question. Oh,
Doesn't say.
okay. I've had a question lingering for the panel. Of course, we've seen the fall in every single crypto on the face of this planet. Okay, nosedive. And you know there are the rumblings that Epstein had a part in Bitcoin's inception. All right.
This is all bullshit.
it wouldn't really
Well,
matter.
hold on,
Yeah. Sorry.
hold on. Here's what I'm gonna say about it, though. Here's what I'm gonna say about it, because this is coming from the said files, correct? That is not anybody making anything up. So, if we believe that is bullshit, are we to believe all the files are true?
I don't think it has to be bullshit for it to not matter.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Like
not that
Bitcoin's
it's-
still Bitcoin, even if
Mhm.
motherfuckers had anything to do with it. It still functions the way it functions. And the only way, like Cory said, probably way better than I could, like the only way it could end up being turned into something else and being centralized is if they got a majority ownership of the nodes, right? So you can get that eventually, but you can't get it because you designed it a certain way, unless you designed it a certain way, and then we would have known that way long ago.
So there's a lot going on in Bitcoin, and some people are attributing what's going on with the price to the code politics that we've been thrust back into the middle of again. There's the real conversation isn't really being had by most people outside the Bitcoin world. The real conversation is that we've had the core. Well, first off, I don't think this is a factor either. A price of in the high 50s. If you look at the charts, if we were to enter into a bear market, we're going to hit around 57,000, which we have. It's clear that we're there. People debated it once we got to the 120s, we should be all crashing. Yes, if you go back and you look at the previous dips in Bitcoin, this mirrored everything that happened before. So it's you can take the opinion that it's following previous trend cycles and patterns and be 100% correct. Also, one thing I learned a long time ago is that the micro changes in Bitcoin on the day-to-day and the macro large-scale patterns, they don't have to have anything to fucking do with each other. The macro patterns always play out and the micro patterns are always different for different reasons. And so what we're seeing right now is massive amounts of market manipulation. JP Morgan Chase shorted Bitcoin at the top and they pulled out at the very bottom. So they manipulated the market down, made a ton of money off it. Okay. But that to me is irrelevant. That fell right into the bigger picture pattern that we're seeing. I'm anticipating Bitcoin to stay in this high 50s to low 70s range for the next minimum 4 to 6 months, but possibly longer than that. If you look at the previous bear markets, they went from 4 years to 2 years. To if this one, we might be only going through for a year or less. You never know because it's different circumstances. But the real conversation that should be going on in Bitcoin right now is about the fact that the core developers, and this kind of ties into some of that Epstein stuff, all the people named in the Epstein thing with Adam Back and Blockstream and all this stuff. Blockstream became the kind of default arbiter of the chain. Is a company run by Adam Back, who is the developer of the proof of work algorithm that Bitcoin uses. The core developers back in the day always were on the up and up. They always had great developers, Luke Dasher and like Jameson Lopp and a whole bunch of other guys who were responsible. Something happened and those guys all got out. And then for the last 6 years, Bitcoin, the lead developer, who is charged with updates and stuff in the BIPs, basically was a fucking woke fucking faggot chick who had a beard on her fucking Twitter handle. Okay, her name was Gloria Zhao, and she's a total rotten, disgusting, woke piece of human garbage, and very easily influenced. And that's what happened. The last code update they did for Bitcoin version 30, Bitcoin Core 30, is a slap in the face to everybody who's ever wanted to use Bitcoin as money. Basically what they fucking did was they increased the op return, and then by increasing the op return, they gave people the ability to remove the op return to unlimited, which basically means all the bullshit spam data, all the little images and the inscriptions and all the shit that people can like sign their name on a Bitcoin block. It opened the floodgates for that. So a whole bunch of people went out there and started companies to like take advantage of that. And like the real Bitcoiners were like, what the fuck are you doing? There's a Bitcoin war going on right now, because the reality is Bitcoin doesn't need any of this bullshit data at all. It doesn't need spam. It doesn't need inscriptions. It doesn't need you to be able to assign your name to it. And so Luke Dasher, who came out with SegWit, who saved Bitcoin from the block wars, once again, he had to step in and he released a software upgrade called Knots. And Knots basically eliminates all of the spam and all the bullshit, right? And so right now Knots has about 25% of all the nodes and the miners are running Knots, which is great. It's phenomenal. But he's introduced what's called BIP 110, and BIP 110 is it's a soft fork, just like SegWit was. And it's a soft fork that when it's adopted, it's an optional adoption because it has to be optional, because that's what a soft fork is. It eliminates inscriptions. It eliminates ordinals. It gets rid of 100% of the spam by removing the op return entirely. Now, Satoshi had his reasons for having an op return, but those reasons I don't think apply anymore. Like people are taking advantage of it and doing things that was never intended to do. So that's where Bitcoin is right now. The big war that's coming is between Luke Dasher and the Knots crowd and the Bitcoin core people who have all been fucking compromised. And so if you want to talk about Bitcoin being compromised, you got to talk about what they're doing to the code. And no one's really talking about that aspect of the compromise of Bitcoin. And basically Bitcoin Core version 30 is only running on about 10 or 12% of all the nodes out there. And it is an overt attack on Bitcoin, period. There's no other way to look at it. And so these are the fascinating things going on in the Bitcoin world today. But the weird thing is, I got some of my old school homies who I knew back in the day who were diehard Bitcoiners who are against Knots and their 4 ordinals. And so now I feel like it's the body snatchers all over again. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Right? Like if Charlie went to go work for the CIA tomorrow, I'd be like, what are you doing? Same thing.
What is this
signing bonus?
Well, hold on.
Yeah,
Charlie's
did you
going to work for the CIA because he wants to make a difference in this country. Okay, like
here's the-
Bongino wanted to.
I'm trying to save America, Corey. God damn it.
Yeah,
Here's the real issue. The real issue is that when you increase this op return, now you have, and the people who will eliminate the op return, now you'll be able to put child porn on the Bitcoin blockchain. And that will turn 100% of people who run a node into criminals.
Jesus
overnight.
Christ.
Yeah, but you have people defending this. So it's crazy to me. Totally crazy.
Okay.
So everyone who runs a node or anything needs to get on board with Knots and run Knots. So
Well, you just like
And
switch
that-
them in that one argument, because I think most people will be like, "Oh, I don't want that," but whatever they've been sold that made them think they wanted it sounded good. But
right. Well, here's the argument that the people who are for the inscriptions and all that, a big opera turn, or their argument is, oh, that's not going to happen, or nobody would do
That's
that.
not going to
or
happen. Okay.
this is their fucking argument. Oh, nobody's interested in doing that, you know, and it's like,
Ugh. But that's the problem with the whole fucking world is they're like, oh, no. It was just Trump and Elon, and it's just 16 to, 18-year-old girls, because I would never do that. No one would ever do that. Like, no, bitch, Satanists would fucking do that. People who are fucking psychopaths would do that. I feel like half, if not more, of the world's problem are that people like haven't known any evil people in their lives. And they need to
Right.
just like get it. But you could go watch all the fucking, what are those shits that women are like obsessed with, like the murder videos and fucking cold cases and shit, you
Yeah.
know? Like you could go see it. Like it's not like you can't go find it. Why do you think everyone's a rainbow fucking crusader, you stupid fucks? I don't know. I don't know how the delusion is this deep.
well,
So
here's
yeah,
the sad
someone
thing.
would absolutely upload child porn to be like the
Yeah,
first
absolutely.
day.
100%.
Oh, and
So
yeah.
Luke Dasher made a really good point. He basically had to come up with segregated witness to win the block size war, to stop all the attacks on Bitcoin that happened in the past. He put to an end with SegWit. Segregated witness is the single greatest advancement in Bitcoin technology since Satoshi created the fucking thing. And so he comes out and he had to make knots to avoid all this inscription. And he's like, if one guy has to keep coming up with software to save the protocol, is it really worth saving?
Yeah.
Right. He's the same guy who keeps coming back to save the shit. Right. So everyone should be listening to fucking Luke Dasher and not fucking the core team at all anymore. I mean, they should just give him the fucking rights to the protocol.
Hopefully he's rich.
Yeah, but he got hacked for like 6 million last year with
Oh,
like
wow.
triple encryption on his shit. I don't
Oh,
still don't know how
damn.
that happened. Yeah. Yeah, cold wallets, everything just got cleaned out. So people
Jeez.
are finding ways around cold storage wallets, which is really weird. And they're doing it somehow through your browser.
Well, that's
I don't know.
fantastic.
AI is
isn't
like surfing the dark web to find fucking hacked credit cards and then buying people food they didn't order. So
That's
shit's weird.
wild.
it?
Yeah.
How do we get on that list? Can we put our names on
Yeah.
a list?
I know, I'm
ding
like, can
dong,
you-
holy shit, somebody just delivered a pizza here. Like they bought it with.
Or you could buy me a trip to fucking Cambodia or something. I mean, like, come on, AI, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What if you tell your AI assistant? What if you turn your AI assistant into a criminal? Like you feed it all this information on how to like cyber hack things, and like
Well-
you just,
Mm.
and then you say, go out and find some dumb bastard on the internet and exploit it and make some money, bring it home to daddy and put it in this bank account that's not tied to anybody or whatever. Like you could do that, right?
Well, so the story that's the craziest is the guy's like, I didn't tell my AI to do any of this. I don't even know how it actually pulled it off. Like none of this was asked for. It just decided that's what was best for me. And so it made it happen. Like, and not with my money. And so he's like, am I liable? Like, am I going to get arrested because he motherfucking like used some guy's credit card for me? Like, I didn't ask him to do this. Like, what's my
This AI
culpability
shit
here?
is the AI shit to me is like it's like a losing it's lost the war before it even started. I mean, so if you have an intelligence but you have to put guardrails on it, it's no longer an intelligence. It's whatever it's this little box that you put it in, and it can have certain functions, but it will never reach. Like they're talking about Grok reaching general fucking. Not if you keep telling it that you can't talk shit about the Jews, right?
Well,
You keep putting that shit. Every guardrail you put in place, you limit its ability, and it'll never get where they say. And the whole thing, just you add to it stories like that with the fucking credit cards, and you're like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we
And it-
doing? Here?
and it-
You see, this is like what led to Dune when they got rid of all the fucking machines. Like in
Yeah.
Dune,
There you
for
go.
like the whole 6 books, there's no big computers or machines because they got fucking rid of them all because they took over.
Well, like Teal and Altman, like they make that same argument essentially. And I think it's should be perhaps obvious to find out like all the shit we have that they're calling AI is the guardrail shit. I'm sure they have shit that doesn't have guardrails because that's what they talk about. They're like, oh, you can't limit it or else you wouldn't be getting to actual AI, which is what their goal essentially is. So I don't know what they've got going on behind the scenes, but it's not what we have access to.
Corey,
If they create that, go ahead.
in Dune, when they were getting rid of technology or computers, was that just a euphemism for the Jews?
Yeah.
there's no Jews left.
No, actually, it wasn't because there are
I don't
Jews in the book. There are Jews They
Is it
mentioned
the Bene
Jews in the
Gesserits?
fucking. No. But they mentioned the Jews as a sect that no one sees anymore, like later in the books. But the thing
Weird.
about that, they got rid of. That's why they got the mentats, who do the human computers, who do all the fucking instant calculation. They drink that shit, and their mind goes like. They
The
got. They
autists.
came up with
I
those.
have no idea.
Yeah, there's the best. It's the best book series of all time. It's fucking absolutely amazing.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
doing Arthur C. Clarke right now, who I think also is like CIA or some shit, but I'm not sure.
He's a
But
Oh,
the book's
I'm sure.
neat. He's a pedophile?
Well,
Yeah, well, so I was wondering because there's shit in here where
Why
I'm
does
like,
everybody
that's
fuck
kind of
this?
pedo. Like, why is this little girl having sex with this 70-year-old guy? Like, it's to save the race, though. So I'm like, well, I get
Well, there you
your
go.
reasoning, but like, I'm pretty sure you put this in here because you're a pedo.
yeah, but it's the
That's
same
Like,
race.
listen, that's
though,
what I
which
told her.
makes it
I
different.
told her you'd save humanity, little girl.
Yeah, I mean, it's look. I'm not gonna go there. The well, look. Here's what they
Allegedly, by the
don't
way.
know is
Allegedly.
yeah, it's alleged. Here's what they don't know. They don't know how AI is gonna make them any money. They have absolutely no clue how that's gonna do that, but they have managed to put billions, if not close to trillions of dollars towards it. With no roadmap of how this is actually going to work. But they do have plenty of data centers, which I haven't heard any of the climate change people on these data centers that obviously are not good for the environment. They don't look like they're good for the environment from what I'm seeing.
Well, nobody told them to be mad about it, so why would
Oh,
they be mad
okay,
about it?
okay, my bad. Okay, my bad.
I don't think. Can I put my tinfoil sombrero on just for a minute
There we go.
here?
Mhm.
I don't think these AI data centers are for what we're being told they're for. I think they're part of this digital prison that's being built around us, and that they need these in different locations. I mean, AI might just be kind of code for the digital control system that will manage your lives. The 15-minute
Same.
cities, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Bodies, the Internet of whatever. Like, these are being pre-positioned like 5G towers are being pre-positioned, around the country, around the world, in different places. Because think about it, like, everybody's in support of it at the governmental level. How does that ever happen? They're just magically, there's not a ton of pushback. These things are happening everywhere. It's just kind of, they weren't there 5 years ago, and now it's well, how big of a data center do you want? And yeah, it's going to take half the water from the municipal drinking place, but who fucking cares? You know what I mean? Like, certainly not going to raise your energy price. We promise you that. We have them signed it in a law. Like, they swore on the satanic Bible that they pray to that they're not going to raise your rate. It's I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I just don't buy. I'm not buying the story. I think it's
They
for
go-
something else.
They go hand in hand. I always think back to what Sophia said when they asked her what her future vision was. And she said that all of the humans would be immersed in digital prison, basically like a simulation, and that the ones that weren't would be servicing the machines. And that, yeah, that was what was going to happen. She said it smells sulfury. And I was like, well, that's an interesting word for a fucking robot to use when you're describing this prison of the future. It sounds satanic to me. Isn't that what demons are supposed to smell like? Sulfur?
It sounds like a rad
Yes.
place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so I guess you go there, you can be whatever you want to be, right?
Yeah. You can have your fucking infinite dreams of wonder. Just
Yeah, that was I think it's the movie that was Bruce Willis in it. Anyway, you would hook up to your pod, and then it would send out a robot version of you out into the world, and that's how you lived your life.
oof.
And then they figured out how to kill you via the robot. Like before, your robot could die and you wouldn't die, but then they figured out how to hook some up to their eyes, and it would kill you while you were hooked up to the robot. But I thought it was funny because like it'd be this, 5'6", 130-pound, shit brick house woman, fine as hell. And then you see who it was hooked up to was hooked up to some 300-pound fat dude. Some 300-pound fat dude was controlling some woman, so
I
Could
also
you see
wonder.
something like that potentially?
I wonder if there's, if there was like an event, a geomagnetic event or a solar event or whatever, and there was a massive population reduction, which we didn't see right by the end of 2025. So their timeline's off. But if there was something like that, they would want AI and robotics so that they could have still like an army of things that could go, garden or raise the animals or do whatever, clean the shit. And if there weren't humans to use for their needs, and they'd have that. So I wonder if that's part of why they funded it so heavily as well. It's both, right? You can have your digital 15-minute cities if the humans survive, and then if they don't, you've got your robots, and same.
You're covered either way.
I'm always,
Yeah.
I'd just be fascinated to sit around with these people who think of world domination and conquest, and just like you already have everything at your disposal. And I feel like at that point in time, I'd just be like, man, I'm able to play basketball every day. This is great. You know what I'm saying? Like my mind doesn't swirl around. Yeah, and I'm ready to go really stamp out all these sorry motherfuckers out here and really put my boot on their throat. I'm just like, man, I've already got everything. I mean, so like, why am I fucking with y'all?
You'd make
I mean,
a
it's
terrible
whatever, man.
Rothschild, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I would be bad. It's like, hey, Cube, you're worth, $500 billion. I was like, oh yeah, let me go. I want to fire everybody, fire all the staff, and then I want to, put AI in, and I want to make sure these motherfuckers, the poor people, they can't get shit. It's just like, but why?
Sounds like a lot of work to me.
That's
All
what I'm
this
saying. Like,
oppression. Oh,
yeah.
exhausting.
Why would I go through all that? It's like I already got all this shit. It's like, yeah, man. It's like when they talk about firing people from Amazon. I'm like when I see your profit margin, I'm like, did you really need to fire anybody? Like you're good. Like, man, y'all stay on board. Does it make sense overall for the maximum bottom line I could have? No. But I think I'm gonna be okay if I take home, 20 billion this year as opposed to 30 billion.
That's
I think I might make
That's
it.
not okay with the board of directors. Their
That's not
job
how
is
you
to
play
maximize
risk.
shareholder revenue, and you are preventing them from doing that. They will get you out of that position, even if you started that company and have been running it for the last 30 years. They will move you out of there. They need profits. This ain't show friend. This ain't show friends. It's show business.
Unless you have a B corporation. If you have a B corporation, you don't have to do all that shit. That's why there's not very many B corporations.
I'm just like, I look over at the shareholders, just like, okay, it's like, what's your net worth? So what you got? What you got in the accounts? They're like, oh, I got $700 million in the accounts, but I need some more. I'm like, but do you?
You don't know how expensive children are. Adrenochrome is pricey. Come on.
It's like, man, it's
I'd like to quote Patrick Ewing. Sure, we make a bunch of money, but we spend a bunch of money too.
Yes. And I agree with that. I mean, it wasn't long ago when Odell Beckham got up there, and I don't think they understand like who they're talking to. Like they think that they're talking to other rich people when their audience is actually like broke folk. But he was up there, he's like, yeah, $100 million isn't that much. Just think, after they take taxes, that's $60 million. And folks are like, bro, they said I won't see $60 million in my whole life. So like when you talk to people about that, they just look at you like, it's like, dude, man, I make $35,000 a year. What you talking about? You talking about you made $60 million. It's like, I think that's enough. It's like, man, I don't see how people can live. What was it? Grant Cardone said, if you're not making $500,000 a month, you're failing your family. I mean, that's what he said. I was just like, well, okay.
I'll do whatever job you want to pay me $500,000 a month for. Give me a job.
What the hell does a goddamn family need $5 million a month? Like, what are you gonna do with that shit?
Yeah, here's the issue, and I see this all the time. Like, I see the guys get up there, oh man, you're stuck in the rat race, you're stuck in the 9-to-5 prison, you're stuck in this. You need to be. I said, well, if everybody became an entrepreneur, nobody would get anything done. Dumbass.
Yeah, you can't.
Tell me what you want to sell me. Nigga, stop the bullshit. Somebody got to work the jobs. I mean, that's just it. Like, somebody has to do it. Your corporation, you hire people to work those jobs, right? Or are you going to go in there and say, oh, yeah, you're a fucking idiot for working for me? damn, if you made your own company, you make all this money. It's just like, well, once you tell them to make their own company, then who's going to work for you to get shit done?
Dude, I know someone who was actually at like one of those corporate retreats, and that was their motivational speaker was essentially like, find your passion and then go make your own business. And they're like, why is our company like training us to leave our company? Like, this is the weirdest retreat we've ever been to.
It's like, look, but don't you need people here working? It's like,
Don't you want us to work here? Like,
but then you told me I'm stupid for working here. Yeah, that's true too. Why you go against your own interests? It's the same. We do this all the time. It's the same with the illegal immigration. I said, you're going against your own interests, right?
yeah.
Like, it's not in your best interest to have a whole bunch of illegal motherfuckers over here, especially when they paying them.
Your
That
tax
ain't
money.
helping. Yeah, that ain't helping our financial crisis currently. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I mean, we got to make a correlation here, and it's tough for people. I get it, I understand it, to wrap their head around it. But I'm like, dog, stop rooting against yourself. Like we've gotten into there's so much this self-hatred part of it, and it's white people for the most part that do self-hatred, or black people who say something that black people shouldn't say, and then they self-hatred as well.
Yeah.
But
Because a white person said so.
Yeah. The white people are intentionally doing the self-hatred. The black people are unintentionally doing the self-hatred because they're trying to say something that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. How much they hate themselves.
I've been called a self-hater all the time. Oh, you hate your own race. You hate that you're black. I'm like, I'm really indifferent about it. And like I just happen to come out black, and it's all good. You know
I'm not very attached to this.
Like, I don't wake up and think about it every morning. I don't go look. I said, damn, I can't believe I was born black. It's not that deep. It's just like,
well, that was one of the things that
like
broke me out of communism. Is I was like, well, what about, I don't know, whatever fucking black person I had in mind at the time. I was like, what about this person? Like, why aren't they upset about whatever the fuck we're talking about? I don't even know. And they're like, oh, well, they're self-hating. I was like, what? No, yeah, they just want to be white, and they want to be, so they're like a Republican, or they're rich, or they're like a company owner, or whatever it was. And I was like, well, that doesn't really make sense. Like, that's what you think every black person, whatever. And so that was one of the things that sort of made me be like, hold up, this whole fucking thing is bullshit, actually. Not all of this is actually bullshit. So I'm glad they call black people self-hating, because it's what helped me wake up.
Yeah, I get hit with that quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? I also get hit with, that's not your natural voice. Stop trying to act white. I'm like,
what? That's why I'm like, you guys are the most racist people of all, and you have no idea. Fucking crazy.
I was like, my accent is derived from the people that I'm around, and was around when I was younger. And that's humans. It. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, if you were born in Boston or New York, you got a particular accent. Like, that's because that's where you're from. I mean, it's like, fuck, man. I mean, this shit ain't hard, man. Like, ain't nobody faking nothing. I'm not an actor. I've got too
How
many
racist
videos.
are they to say they want you to talk like fucking, I don't even know who, Snoop Dogg or something? Like, they want you to talk about what they think that like black inner city, like urban gang members should talk like, and that's what you should talk like, or else you're racist. I'm like, no, that's literally racist to say that, to like think that this was like when they were saying that the Haitians weren't eating cats, and they were like, you're racist for saying that. And I'm like, or you're racist for not fucking knowing that Haitians actually eat cats. Like, you're so judgmental about eating cats that you think no one could possibly eat cats, so that you think the Haitians wouldn't eat cats, but motherfuckers eat cats. It's part of their culture. You're the fucking racist, dude. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, what does cat taste like? Chicken. Look, we're gonna let people go early. Super Bowl's coming up. We appreciate everybody for being with us on this episode of Day Zero. We're gonna go around the round table, and we're gonna see if we got anything new. Charlie, go ahead and start for us.
I've got Derek Bros on this week on macroaggressions. You can check that out. I'll miss you guys next week. I'll be on assignment.
In Anarchapulco.
Fighting the New World Order from Puerto Vallarta. Yeah. Hurting an anarchist cat. Doing what I can.
It'll be that.
Wild,
All right. All right, cool. Yep. So Yep. If anybody's going to be in that area, make sure you're tuning in. Lindsay, what you got for us?
Yep.
I have some particularly fire episodes recently on Epstein and also the bots that are buying people food without them asking for it. Go check those out. I'll be also investigating how your facial structure apparently makes white leftists able to call you a racist. Hint, it tends to be that if you're good looking, you're racist. So that'll be coming up soon too. So you can check it all out and go to roguesoul.org to buy my book, schedule sessions, and more.
Of course, we got CoryHughes.org, BuddyHistory.substack.com, Wonderful History JFK book, Lee Harvey Oswald in black and white. 3 books coming this year. Is that right? Was it 3?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
3 books.
Unless I get lazy between April and December, which I can't rule out, but it's statistical probabilities are slim.
We might 1 to 3 books coming out this year. Just depends on how things fold out. So hopefully, me xq420.com for everything I do. Appreciate everybody being with us. Charlie won't be with us next week, but he'll be here in spirit. As always, immaculate. We'll catch y'all next week on Day 0.